The problem with focusing on goals is that it immediately takes you away from the present moment. And when you're not in the present moment, you are always susceptible to feeling distracted and unfulfilled. It puts you in this loop of chasing a future outcome instead of appreciating the progress that you're making right now. And that's where creating systems comes into play, because this is a far superior habit to become consistent with than focusing on some bullshit 2-year goal that you've been chasing because some productivity guru online told you to. So with that in mind, let me explain to you why creating systems is a much better alternative to goal setting with a quick story. A few years ago, I had set a goal for myself to step into the ring for my first ever boxing match, because for literal years all I dreamed about was having my hand raised in front of all my friends and family and to feel pretty much invincible. So to achieve this, I had basically set it upon myself to train like an absolute madman, focusing every day on me with that end image in mind. But I soon realized that the more I obsessed over that end image, the less progress I felt like I was making. Each mistake that I made felt like a setback, and this absolutely drained my motivation. I was so focused on fight night that I couldn't even enjoy the progress that I was making. And then after a really rough sparring session one time, I remember I'd cut the side of my eye, I had this realization. I needed to stop focusing on fight night and instead start focusing on the daily hustle. So I shifted my goal from winning a fight to just showing up and getting better by 1% every day. In other words, I made it my priority to love the process and learn every punch and every form of self-defense that I possibly could in the time frame that I had. And then by the time the fight actually came round, I was ready, man. But what's interesting is that by then, winning or losing didn't even matter too much, because I knew I'd already won something that was much, much bigger. And that was the habit of showing up and knowing exactly how to love the process. And this is why you need to create systems, not goals. So let me tell you how you can do the same. Firstly, identify your desired outcome, but do not obsess over it. Yes, you need a direction, but don't get fixated on the result, man. Think about where you want to be, but focus on the daily actions that will get you there. Secondly, create a system that works for you. By this, I essentially mean a daily routine or process, something that you can commit to every day that moves you closer to your goal, no matter how small that progress may seem. Step 3 is to get 1% better every single day. The key isn't perfection, okay? It's progress. Step 4 is to track your process. This will really help you to stay motivated and visually see the progress that you're making. You're welcome to use my free self-accountability tool in the description if you want to. And step 5 is to keep evolving. If something isn't working, just change it, man. You have to stay flexible and adjust your system to what you need in that moment. Believe you can, and you're more than halfway there.